Hello, everybody. We're gonna get started in a couple of minutes. I gotta run and go make sure my kids get in bed real quick.
Can they hear us?
No, they can't. But I mean, the chat can hear you. Yeah.
There we go.
I thought you meant my kids. No, my kids can't hear you.
Kids hear us.
Why would they?
Yeah, can the gamers hear us?
Yeah, here. Listen to the Christian gimmicks.
No, don't do that.
All right.
He's from a place you don't know exists.
That's right.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm gonna run and go do this. I'll be right back. You listen to these fools, I guess, for a minute.
I was always very curious, like the children, like do they understand the concept of place yet? Really, like of countries and cities and whatnot. I think like not totally.
With American education, nah.
Yeah,
I remember asking my mom who was like, so we were learning in school like governments and shit, and I remember coming back to home and asking my mom, it's like, well, who's the governor of our city? And she will like no, and she will tell me like, who is the president of the country? She will tell me like, who is the president of South America? And she was just made up shit. It's like, oh, it's this guy. He's the president of South America. Who is the president of the world? It's God. It's like, okay.
I was
The president of the world is God.
I think I believe I was told something similar with a straight face, but I grew up in a Catholic school, so not shocking.
Well, I come from a very religious family. So.
I assume everybody in Argentina. Well, not everybody. That's not what I mean.
Yeah,
I assume a lot of
everybody, but most
people are
people.
religious in Argentina.
Yeah, most people.
Argentina.
Yeah, I said that wrong.
Argentina.
Look, I'm very white. I'm gonna
It's
get a
okay,
drink. You guys entertain them.
I'm very white.
Yeah, the beer will help with the pronunciation.
That's like the fucking Captain American shield. I'm very white. Pew! Buzzes everything. Oh, thank God I went to a Catholic.
Catholic. The
He
teachings of
gets a pass.
Catholic church.
He gets a pass. You don't speak this language.
I don't know. Don't correct me. I don't respect this language.
That's fair.
That's my goat.
Where'd Mike go? The hell?
He went to take a shit on the lawn. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's the life he's chosen.
He has a full house and like take pieces outside and the
All right,
fucking
what's
wilderness like a goddamn animal.
What's some Nintendo stuff we should discuss for possible Nintendo Direct things that are going to show up? Got most
Kingdom
of the hot
Hearts
shit. Oh,
4.
people want Mother 3. I'll put Mother 3 on there to laugh.
You made me laugh right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Silk Song's a good one.
Still song. Oh my god. Y'all
Metroid Prime
really
4.
think y'all really hyping this shit up, and it's not gonna be none of that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for people to be disappointed. People are like talking about this is gonna be the direct of dreams. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming
like,
from?
Motherfuckers say like Pikmin. It was like Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Let's fucking go. It's Pikmin 4.
Are you pouring that into the Dr. Pepper or the Dr. Pepper?
No, I got plans for that. I got plans for this. You'll see. Don't worry.
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
All right.
Chef, you should send me the music you use, so I just have it here.
Okay.
I can just run OBS.
Okay.
When like, if one day we need it, I can just like play the music and record the entire
Cool.
shit.
I can do that.
Oh, Christian, I have them on the YouTube channel. If you like, scroll back a little bit.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's test this.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering
You need
now!
to fix your notifications if you're gonna stream more.
I know. I will fix it
Often,
next
or
time I
like, I don't know.
stream.
I saw a good stream last night.
Yeah, it was fun.
That seemed
That
better.
was fun.
Hey, you guys hear me?
That was good.
Start
We can't
cheering
hear
now!
I heard it.
Yep. You guys should hear that. Chat hears it. They hear me. They hear you. I think we're all sounding good. Mikey, I'm ready if Mikey's ready.
He's ready.
When are we going to go
Mikey
to...
happy though?
is
I'm
Mike-
happy if Mikey happy.
When are we going to go to Margaritaville?
Should I take? If I took Monday off, could we just do that before we hang out with a
Yeah.
certain somebody?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay,
Maybe I'll do that.
cool. I
I
like
wonder who that is.
Yeah, me too. I wonder who he's talking about. Okay, let's see
Is
here.
it the Poop City Slamma Jamma guy?
Yep, it's the
Yeah,
Poop City
Poop
Slamma
City
Jamma guy.
face reveal.
Let's fucking go.
It's that TikTok, me talking to the Poop City Slamma Jamma guy, and then it's like it like cuts, and it's just the mirror, and you're looking into
It's
it.
a mirror, yeah.
All right,
Poop City Jamma guy was the friend we made along the way. I
I
can't make it even make
think
it.
I'm good. All right, Mike, I'm gonna count us in. You ready?
Ready?
5, 4, 3.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now! Yeah, let's get this over with. Yeah.
Woof woof. Hi, I'm Mike Minotti, and I am a Nintendog.
Hi, I'm Jeff Grubb, and I'm a Nintendog.
And we are the last of the Nintendogs.
Ruff.
Today, Nintendo Direct tomorrow. We will have some
Let's fucking
predictions and
go!
dreams. It's happening, everybody. And at least one of us has beaten Tears of the Kingdom. And I have some special plans for this bottle of Terramana small batch tequila.
Wait, is that
from
the Rocks?
Mr. The Rock. Oh, you know that's the Rocks.
Famous people's liquor just tastes better. It just tastes. It just.
Pretty good. I mean, I think that's how George Clooney actually made. I think he made more money selling his tequila company.
Yep.
Than from acting.
Yes, it is. I think that's if it's not true, it's like very close to being true. Like it's a lot of money. So besides the Rocks tequila, is that what it is? It's tequila?
Yeah, it's tequila, baby. I mean, I get the reposado myself. I like that kind of darker color. I don't know about you. I like whiskey, but especially once it gets warmer, I'm kind of more of a tequila guy. But do you want to know my plan for this, Jeff?
Yeah,
you said
self-serving
plan.
You have a plan. It looks like you're well into the plan because the bottle's mostly empty.
I didn't drink all this today, Jeff. I've had this for a year, okay? Before I was like, Morgo's a drinking problem, I've had this bottle for a year and share it with people, okay? No, Jeff, look.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds a little pathetic to be excited about it. I have 9,991 Twitter followers right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, we can probably get you to 10,000 for the end of the show, right?
We can get the 10,000 for the end of the show. I will celebrate.
Hey, go follow Mikey on Twitter.
At Tolkoto. T-O-L-K-O-T-O. Do not unfollow me for the laws. But yes, well, if we can hit that milestone, I will celebrate with a little bit of the Terramana, which I believe means earth energy.
Yeah,
if
sure,
I know
of course.
my Rockies good enough. So, yes, very
quick.
exciting. Oh, it already happened. No, wait, that's 9,999. Wait. 1 second. 9,999. That was fast. Oh, that's a lot. Come on. It's got to be.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh, we did it. May old acquaintance be forgotten.
Yeah. Just drinking it out of the bottle. I wasn't expecting that. But that's the amount of respect it deserves, for sure. Absolutely.
It's not a bad tequila. I mean, look, I'm sure like the people who really know about tequila will tell me why it's a bad tequila.
Sure, yes.
But for like normal price, I like that tequila just fine.
Well, I'm very happy for you. I'm very proud of you. You did it, and you've earned that Rock tequila. I'll say that much.
Right. We should have got The Rock to be my 10,000th follower, actually.
Sure, you should have just gone. You should have locked your account at 9,999, and then made the 10,000th follower The Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, you all talk shit, but when I showed my feet, a lot of more followers right after that.
People love the flakes. What can we say?
People just need those flakes.
We need those flaky feet.
Flaky feet. This is our first Nintendogs in a couple of weeks. We are very busy Summer Game Fest, but thank you so much to Turbo Sean and Adge Guy for doing that clip show episode. Also, while we were gone and busy, that was a lot of fun.
That was very good. I really appreciated that. That was it was very nice. Like I was like I had not left yet, but I was so busy getting packed. I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad that they're doing this. It was very helpful.
The test has informed me in chat that Terramana was voted Tequila of the Year in a Walmart customer survey.
I mean, that is just an appeal to authority. That is
just getting it straight from the people. I trust that actually way more than like the Tequila Institute of like South California or whatever.
Yeah, Walmart's survey says that meal of the year is some pizza I found left out on the counter from the night before. Yeah, me too. It's great. Man,
congratulations,
incredible.
Paramount.
Yeah, well done, The Rock.
Done. Finally, a W for the
W
Rock.
for the
right?
Rock. Oh boy,
Jeff.
Yeah,
we somehow have a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. We thought this might be happening sooner or later. It's real sooner.
It's here.
It is going to be. I mean, it's kind of cutting short the shelf life of this episode of Last of Nintendogs. I hope you're listening to it soon. Or you can listen and see what we all got wrong.
Yeah, that's always fun too.
This is happening on June 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific. They say it is going to focus on games coming out for the rest of this year, including Pikmin 4. Now, sometimes when they say things like that, it's not very exciting. But, Jeff, we don't know what else is coming out this year aside from Pikmin 4.
And as you might expect, people are handling this with the amount of grace and sort of tempered expectations. No, of course not. They are losing their minds out there. They've got Mother 3 trending. They got Chrono Trigger trending. There is so much speculation. I have heard the words "the Direct of Dreams" multiple times today of people working themselves into a shoot about this bad boy. And you know what? Count me the fuck in, because I'm on board. Let's go. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. Fucking do it for The Rock, baby. Let's go.
For The Rock. I mean, because, we really do have no idea. And they said, look, they say it's a 40-minute direct, which is standard. But, okay, let's say 10 minutes of that is for Pikmin 4, which would be generous.
Yeah, it would be insane, actually.
That's a lot of time to talk about some new games. There's going to be some, like, third-party stuff. Some things we like, maybe DLC. Some things we actually have heard of and forgot about.
Yes, that's right, definitely.
There's got to be at least that one big fall game that we just don't know what it will be. We have some guesses.
Well, okay, let's pump the brakes. Do you think that this is an E3 equivalent direct? That's step one. If that's what this is, then anything really is kind of possible.
If we're talking about like the E3 where their main game was Star Fox Zero,
okay,
maybe.
Fair enough. Good point.
Like, I mean, like this will probably be their last big direct for the year, even. Right?
Well, they usually do one in September.
They usually do one in September.
Yeah,
okay.
but they still got to set up the second half of the year. I mean, what do we have right now? We have Pikmin, and we have, of course, excuse me, everybody won to Switch.
Everybody, which already got its own thing today. Emphasis on the word thing,
whatever that was.
Right. So
I posted a video on this channel of my interpretation of that thing.
I saw that.
There's a saying like in comedy, it's like the difference between like horror and comedy is just the music. And I'm watching that thing, I'm like, if this just had scary music, this would be one of the scariest things I ever saw. And yep, it's terrifying. So that's
like even in a creepy ballroom. It's like that ballroom where they have to catch Slimer and Ghostbusters.
Exactly. Yes, in Japan somewhere. So it's like extra haunted. Yeah. So anything's possible. Like you said, there's gonna be stuff like we're probably gonna get updates on Deca Police. Like, do you remember that one? That was announced in the previous one. Me neither. Not really. But we'll probably get updates on that. But then obviously there's the big things that, especially the ones that are going around today. Should we just hop into it, Mike?
We should, but I want to talk about one thing that I'm not really expecting, and I don't think other people should expect, and that is Switch 2. Right?
Yeah, I think everyone's mostly on board that that's not going to happen. Sure, there's people out there that are thinking crazy thoughts, but that's just, they don't really announce hardware at Directs, for one thing. This is pretty early. It's pretty early for like even when anyone was hearing that it might happen. I'm not even expecting to get an update on the hardware in any real way, but in the first half of this, or in the next couple of months, I should say. Maybe by September we start hearing something. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like we get to like even later in the year and they drop like just a quick teaser and they're like, hey, early next year we'll talk about it in a more real way. But not tomorrow.
It is definitely getting to the point where they're gonna have to acknowledge that something is happening, but like maybe at most we will get that acknowledgement. We are certainly not going to like see the thing or get a name or like even a release window. Not yet, but yes, Jeff, let's go over some of these kind of rumors and expectations. How's that sound?
Yes, that sounds good. What do we got?
The big one I'm hearing from a lot of people, and it's like this is like an official rumor, I suppose, is a new 2D Mario game. We have actually, if you don't count Mario Maker 2, we haven't gotten an original new 2D Mario game this entire generation. It has
That's
been
right.
a long time since the new Super Mario Brothers, which was a launch game for the Wii U. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe the 3DS one came out after that, actually, but they came out pretty similar time. What are you thinking here? What do you want that to look like if it's real?
Yeah, this is the one that like I'm getting my hopes up for sure. And I think it could be a lot of what we're hoping for from the next 2D Mario. And by that, I mean not using anything close to the new aesthetic, no more new Super Mario Brothers in any way. Like not even being like, oh, well, of course we dropped the new name, but it's still kind of a similar art style. I think they are going to have an actual style. I think they're going to make some strong choices, and it's going to look pretty cool, is my expectation. And I do think this gets announced tomorrow. I'm like very hopeful for that.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping for that. And I also hope that, they've been good with the 3D Mario games with there being some kind of a gimmick, something
Right.
more so than just here's the new power up, right? Oh,
Yeah.
here's a flying squirrel power up, like the capture mechanic in Odyssey. That's like this really cool thing that really changes how you can do that. I want an equivalent of that in here. I don't want to just be, hey, it's another 2D Mario game. Like that would be good, of course. Even those new new Mario games, new Super Mario Brothers, they are good games.
Yeah, the Wii and the U
But,
ones
like,
especially.
But I want something that's going to wow me more. I mean, you know me, I always say I generally like the 3D ones more than the 2D ones. And part of that is this sort of staleness the 2D series has had for a while. It's like, I want something that's really going to wow me here. I don't want it to just be a cute little nostalgia trip.
Yeah, and I think they, I mean, obviously they want to capitalize on the popularity of Mario. He's never been more popular. So if this thing exists, like, yeah, I think they want to announce it relatively soon. And I think it could be the big game for this holiday.
Absolutely.
And like that would all line up with how they've done this year, where they had their big Mario movie, was very successful. They put the finishing touches on a Mario game they probably have been working on for a very long time. And then they actually get it out for this holiday. Yeah, that could work really well.
Would you like a Mario game that like did take place in Brooklyn, like that, or quote New Donk City? Like there was that sequence in the Mario movie where it was kind of running around the construction site and stuff.
I wouldn't hate like a world that takes place in Brooklyn. Like yeah, like four stages.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, that would be fine, I suppose.
The
but
final stage is Queens.
Yeah, that's right. And then you go to the UN and you fight the globalists to take over. That's how you beat the game.
I like it.
Yeah, but I think that it's probably going to be much more stylized than that, and they probably won't have any actual crossover with the movie or anything like that. So
no, probably nothing official. I think they despite those being very successful, they're happy to kind of have them be a bit of a wall of separation. There's people in my Twitch chat saying that a part of this rumor, I didn't see this anywhere, was that it would be a Super Mario World remake. I don't know if you heard anything about that.
Well,
that would seem like a weird choice.
Yeah, that would be weird. There's a lot of rumors about a Super Nintendo game getting remade. Like that. So I think people might have been crossing their wires there a little bit.
Okay, well, does this lead into this next rumor that's
Probably
been kind of
does,
flying
yes.
rampant? Super Mario RPG remake. This one's been flying around like crazy right now. Square Enix likes to remake games. I don't see why it would be hard to make that deal. This would answer the question of why won't they put Super Mario RPG on the NSL, right? What do you think about this one, Jeff?
I want this one so bad that I think there's no way it could possibly be real.
Man,
that's where I'm at.
It would be
if they announce a new 2D Mario and a Super Mario RPG remake, I'm going to shit my pants. That's just straight up going to happen. I'm going to lose my mind. Like that would be a direct of dreams. Like that really would be.
Yeah.
So I am of the opinion that would be insane and isn't going to happen. I want it too much. There's just no way.
I wonder why they would even do that. If it would be like a pretty direct remake, if it would kind of look to the HD, or maybe instead they kind of double down on that almost like puppet show aesthetic of it, right?
Yeah.
Man, if I just saw my boys Gino and Mallow again, though, in like quote unquote new game, I would be so excited.
I mean,
about
and how do you how do you remake it? I think you just take the Silicon graphics like style and you just make it look like it's running on the most powerful Silicon graphics PC that never existed. Like that would be very cool.
Oh, that is such a good game. Yeah, again, I don't know. Like I don't know. I want to believe. We've seen like games remade before. They, even favorites of Jeff's that remade Link's Awakening on this system already. So it could happen, and there's no reason. It's no reason to think like, why can't Nintendo and Square Enix work together on this? They work together on things all the time. There are Square Enix games that are like exclusive to Switch sometime, like Live Alive and Bravely Default. Kind of. I think it's come out to other platforms now. But why not, man? Why not?
I mean, I think the why not is the thing you touched on. Square Enix and Nintendo seem to have butt heads when it actually comes time to figure these things out, and it's probably not any sort of animosity. It's probably just the numbers that they want to make happen don't match up. I feel like Square Enix has got to be softening on their position over time, though, right? I mean, sure, they have Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 14, things that both look like they're going to be very huge, but all the other stuff that they've tried is mostly fizzled in the last year to, last 18 months or so.
Yeah, DioField Chronicles not a giant hit.
Exactly, and God, there's a million others. And so instead of doing more of that stuff, which, I'm not saying don't do that stuff. I'm fine with most of those games, even DioField Chronicles. I had some fun with many of those things. But you would probably get more bang for your buck, even if you had to give it a little bit more of a split to Nintendo, if you started doing stuff with Nintendo again, like Super Mario RPG. So if they announce it, I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah, that'll be a mark out moment, bro.
Yes, it will. I will totally mark out. Now, this is not the only Super Nintendo remake that is trending on Twitter.
Nor the only Square Enix RPG.
No, not at all. The other
Trigger.
one, Chrono Trigger. Yes, Chrono Trigger is everywhere. People are talking about that. That one seems like it might be primed for an HD 2D remake, which, hey, I bet that would look real good.
Yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto's in chat, by the way, telling you to please don't shit your pants. So try to contain yourself.
Shigeru Miyamoto, you are no longer allowed to tell me I can't shit my pants. I'm a grown man. I'm 40.
Sorry, Mr. Miyamoto. I don't control him. Yeah, again, it's like even more so than Mario RPG. Why not? Chrono Trigger is still one of the most beloved JRPGs of all time. It has aged really well in a lot of ways, to the point of you can basically just give it a 2D HD sort of once over. Basically, what they get the Live Alive team when they were done with that.
Just do this next. Yeah,
should have just been like blep, right?
Yes, exactly.
Chrono Trigger,
right?
Like, why not? That game is still just so good. It's such a great JRPG, even for people who don't like JRPGs, because it's very fast paced. It's very snappy. You could beat it in like 20 hours. And I don't mean like get one of the cute bad endings. You can like beat the game, get the real ending, and still have this incredible experience that feels as fulfilling as any 80-hour RPG these days. Yeah, like, again, just why not? They re-released Chrono Trigger before. It came out on DS. It had a bad Steam port not too long ago. And I think they would do better than that this time. Obviously, they were never comfortable just releasing that version to Switch, because I think they knew it wasn't great. I know they patched it to make it better. But, I mean, we've already kind of seen it with the Pixel remasters, where, they did do those PC remakes, the mobile remakes at some point. Then they just kind of remade them again. Now, those are on Switch, and they're in a pretty good place. So I'm hoping Chrono Trigger gets a really good treatment here. It is definitely the game that deserves a bit more than just a simple port.
The other one maybe is F-Zero, but that's probably going to be GX and not like a Super Nintendo remake of that game. So,
which to be clear, I think everybody wants GX.
Yes, GX would be the right choice. I mean, I think it's much more likely, obviously, but yeah, I mean, again, like, it's so easy just to list all these things off, and it's just as likely that none of these things that we've said so far will happen. Like, that's completely likely. So,
I mean, there are some weird old rumors from forever ago, like some kind of new Wario World thing.
Right, a Donkey Kong, like the 3D Donkey Kong, the one that we talked about a million times.
Right. Or, what's going on with, are we getting a 3D Mario proper and this Donkey Kong? We still don't
Right. And like,
know.
to be clear, like the 2D Mario team is different than the 3D Mario team.
Right.
So like all these things could be happening. We're probably not going to hear about anything more than this 2D Mario game, if we even hear about that. Mother 3, do you think, is it finally Mother 3's time?
I don't think, maybe not yet. I think it's going to have to be Mother 3 time eventually.
You think so? It has to on the grand scale of time?
I don't know. There's a couple big Game Boy Advance games that, we're getting some of these on NSO now. There's a couple big RPGs that we just can't get in the US because they weren't localized. We're already getting that with Fire Emblem, the Binding Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Like Japan's getting that and a Blazing Blade, but we never got Binding Blade, so we're just getting Blazing Blade. But Mother 3 is like so much more than that you think if they took that effort to translate the original Fire Emblem that, a few years back, at some point they got to do that Mother 3. And I don't know if they're going to release it in NSO generously. If they do that, they're going to make people
probably
pay
not,
for it.
No. Yeah.
I mean, come on. At some point, they're going to have to
they
get
should
their gaze, especially if they're going, at some point they're going to want to make something new with Mother. Right?
I think so. I think it would be very successful.
Right. And if you're going to do that, then you're going to want to release Mother 3 here first.
I guess. I mean, you would think so. They should go back and finish the 64DD version of Mother 3 that they were making before they shifted it to Game Boy Advance.
Right. Yeah, there you go. How about Silksong? I got my shirt on, got my Hollow Knight shirt on. We didn't see Silksong at Microsoft's thing.
Right, which is where we saw it last time at the year before. Ago. Yes, more than a year ago now.
Been very quiet for once again a very long time. How does this keep happening?
I mean,
is it
the last thing we did hear about this game, other than like seeing it at the Xbox Showcase more than a year ago, was a couple of months ago. They're like, yeah, it's not coming out by June. Like, don't be crazy. So, but I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I guess it could show up here. I don't think so though. For some, I just think they're going to be quiet about this for a few more months.
The fact that it wasn't at Microsoft, like maybe it's back in that Nintendo marketing umbrella again.
Yes, I don't know if the things really ping pong around like that, but it's possible. I don't really know. Indie games are weird.
How about Metroid Prime? There's Metroid Prime 4. Everybody's always wondering if that's going to show up again, even though it's been so long since they even announced like the redo of it. It's still like in my head doesn't feel like something I'm expecting to see.
Yeah, I think that Metroid Prime 4 is not here. I think Metroid Prime 4 is at the Direct later this year. And then it's like, and it's coming in 2024. That doesn't mean like we don't get anything Metroid Prime. They could do that Metroid 2 and 3 remaster, the ones that are not quite at the big boy remasters that Metroid Prime 1 got. That's something they definitely were working on. Now, when they push back the timing on Metroid Prime 1 remastered from late last year to earlier this year, it's like, when things shift like that, maybe Nintendo abandons its plans completely. But originally the plan was to do 2 and 3 as well. And I think it would not be a bad idea to like fill out the rest of this year with 2 and 3, or at least 2.
I'd be happy.
I think I'd be very happy with that. And I think that'd be a good move. And that could live alongside a 2D Mario and have a way different appeal and be like December games or something like that. So I'm hopeful for that. Metroid Prime 4, I think we wait. I do think it comes out next year, but I'm starting to think it's like later next year. Maybe summer or later next year rather than early next year, but we'll see.
Tori Roberts reminded me in chat that the 2D, speaking of 2D HD, that Dragon Quest 3 remake.
Dragon Quest 3, and we are very likely to hear about that. I mean, cool. in the RPG zone, so that one, I think we probably do see Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D here. I
think you'll like Dragon Quest 3.
Okay, all right, I'll give it a shot. I love it. I love anything HD 2D, at least just looking at it. So I'll give it a shot. That would be fun. I'm enjoying Final Fantasy 16, so listen, I can love a JRPG. Persona 3 Reloaded has not necessarily been confirmed for Switch. They did begin some marketing. I guess someone mentioned to me that there's a marketing for it, that it's in Japan and it doesn't mention Switch. It mentions all the stuff we've heard about before. Some people are like, well, that's because it's going to get announced for Switch at this thing. I don't think that's how it would work. What are you expecting?
No, I'm not really expecting that. I mean, it took forever to get 5. And look, Persona 5 was ultimately a PlayStation 3 game, right?
Yeah.
It's sometimes easy to forget that. And I know this is like probably very similar engine and all that stuff, but this is a PlayStation 5 game now. I don't know. If PlayStation 5 games still do come out for Switch, like stuff like it's getting Harry Potter. Gosh, something bigger is coming out this year that somehow is getting a Switch version, and it blows me away. And Mortal Kombat 1 is coming to Switch. That blows me away, right? So I guess these things can happen. I don't think that's coming day and date with the
Yeah,
Xbox
I think
version. And
right. I think
PlayStation.
it either comes way later or it comes to whatever the Switch follow up is. Yeah. I mean, we know Persona 5 Tactica. Is it 5 Tactica? That's already confirmed for the Switch. We probably get another quick blip about that at the showcase.
Peek.
Yeah, a little peeky peek. Yeah, for sure.
Little peeks.
Do you want to like talk about it?
I guess we can. Sure.
Let's just Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Okay, look. I always say we don't have a right to talk this, but I'll say I don't really expect it.
Me neither.
Really.
I think they missed their window.
Yeah, it's at least to do it anytime soon. I mean, because we have Tears of the Kingdom still pretty new, and we also have the Oracle games coming to NSO, and that's kind of like more for the Zelda quota. So I think they're gonna wait till there's a bigger Zelda gap. And
bigger Zelda blowout.
Gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to take, again, 7, maybe 8 years to make the next big Zelda, and they are going to need things to, like, fill that out a bit. They are going to do things like maybe remaster and port the Leap Between Worlds, do another Hyrule Warriors, things like that. And, somewhere in there, they'll be like, okay, now we can get those Wii U ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
That sounds right to me.
Platform.
I think I agree with that completely. I am not expecting it.
No. But I guess, like, on the NSO front, are we expecting much? Because they already have announced quite a few NSO things recently-ish, but they do sometimes announce NSO games that aren't coming out, like, this month, but long on the horizon, right?
Yeah, I think that they will probably have some Game Boy Advance and N64 games that they'll talk about, things like that. Maybe some of the base tier as well. Yeah, probably not a ton, but like they'll probably do a quick blip, like a video with a handful of announcements, and then maybe give dates for some of the previously announced ones, and say, hey, this is coming this month, and then after that, here's what you can expect, and then it's like 4 or 5 games like ready to go. I would like to see that. I think they will.
So I mean, there you kind of go again. It seems like anything goes. I mean, we're gonna see Pikmin 4, and we know that's kind of imminent, and I am excited to learn a bit more about that, to see it get its kind of promotional flag. I think, I haven't been much of a Pikmin person, but I'm ready to dive in with this one. I was hoping I would have had time to play Pikmin 3, but that just didn't happen this year.
Yeah.
This year is ridiculous, but that's okay.
Year.
I'll start with 4. That's fine. But yeah, there you go. There's so much to hope for. And it's impossible
Nick Turbo did say Mario Party, and I have seen people speculating that we'll get a new Mario Party, but I feel like Mario Party Superstars is not that old, or am I wrong?
It's not that old.
It's like a year plus old, right? Or like 2 years old, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, there's a game that I wished you just did DLC for. Like,
yeah, I know. I agree.
New boards and old mini games for that, and that would that would be the only Mario Party I would ever need, which I think is maybe part of the problem. Maybe they don't want that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think they want to keep selling new Mario Parties because every time they sell one, a lot of people buy it.
Right, and I think, Nick Turtle was saying they still need to release Mario Party 3 on NSO, and that might be what he's talking about, because we got 1 and 2 on NSO already.
Yes. That makes sense. Mario Party 3 for NSO. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, any other like long shot predictions, Mike?
No, I just want to see something cool. I want to see some cool stuff to fill this out. I mean, look, we are at the end here, right?
Yes.
And just playing through Zelda yesterday, and I'll talk about more when I beat it. I just was thinking about how incredible this console has been. It's been fantastic. It's going to like probably hold up as one of the greatest consoles of all time, with one of the greatest software libraries of all time. I really want to see it close it out strongly, right? Like, I don't want whimpering years with some kind of like middling stuff. I want to see this continue for the next 6, 12 months, whatever it's going to be, until we do get that next thing.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I want 2D Mario, Super Mario RPG, and then let's say a Rhythm Heaven. Give me a Rhythm Heaven, and I'll be good.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Again, like, I guess I should have like the one specific thing, but the Super Mario RPG would make me pop.
Yes, absolutely.
That would make me pretty freaking excited. All right, Jeff, there's a couple other news stories here.
And just to let people know, if you're sending in super chats about this, we will get to all those before the end of the show. We also have a bunch of predictions from our community that we're going to talk about in the second half. So we'll get back to this topic here in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll start the super chats just after this one more news story because it's kind of related to all this JRPG remake talk from Square Enix, because apparently Square Enix's own staff has been wanting to remake Final Fantasy VI. This is from BGC. It was during an official roundtable discussion to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the series. And during it, the Final Fantasy brand manager and Final Fantasy VII Remake producer, Yoshinori Kitase, talked about this topic. This is translated by Genki_JPN. Kitase said, I think a Final Fantasy VI Remake would be difficult. Final Fantasy VII Remake is not yet finished, so I'm not able to think about it. But there are many Final Fantasy VI fans inside the company, and they often ask me, when are we making 6? Hironobu Sakaguchi, who was the creator of the Final Fantasy series, was also at this roundtable. He's kind of like, yeah, that would be pretty hard to do because that's a pixel game. If you're going to like remake it like you did 7, there's a lot of stuff you're kind of doing from scratch here. That's also true from 7, but 7 is maybe able to take more visual cues from even a PlayStation 1 game than 6 would be able to do. So, it certainly seems in terms of prestige, especially in North America. I know in Japan, maybe 5 actually gets a bit more of that love.
5's very popular in Japan, yeah.
Right, 5 is fantastic. Hey, I wouldn't mind if they remade 5 also. But there's so many cinematic qualities to 6 I think would make it even more appropriate for a 7-style remake. Even then, I don't think it would be quite like that. I don't know if they would try to do like a 3-game thing again, right?
Right.
But we could certainly at some point see them maybe do something. I mean, if this Final Fantasy 9 remake thing is real, maybe we'll see what they do with that, and it can kind of make it clear,
right, if that's what we want for 6 or not. Yeah, that's a good point. Listen, for me, as someone who's a very, very casual Final Fantasy fan, if a fan at all, Final Fantasy 6 was the one that I very much enjoyed playing and had like so many cool cinematic elements, and that stuff was really neat on a Super Nintendo. You know, the opening credits, the mechs walking like toward the horizon, the opera, obviously.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that made an impression on all the 10-year-olds that rented it from Blockbuster.
Exactly, and that's and to me, like Final Fantasy VI really holds that place that it seems like for the generation just under me, it's all about Final Fantasy VII. I know there's debates about 8 and 9 and all that stuff, but 7 was obviously the biggest one. So it's like, yeah, in my mind, like of course 6, if 7 gets this, 6 should get it as well. I don't think it's necessarily going to work out that way. I agree with you that it's probably going to be a second tier remake if they remake it at all. And I think Square Enix has gotten pretty good at that stuff. What they did with this was easier for them because that the After Crisis, what was the one that they just did? Crisis Core. Crisis Core is the one where it's like, okay, that already was a 3D game. They are going to update all of the visuals and replace every single one of them. So it's effectively, it looks like a remake, even though it's not. They would not be able to do
like Metroid Prime.
Yes, right, and they would not be able to do that with Final Fantasy VI. So it's like if they're going to really go hard, they'd have to come up with something else. The Trials games, Trials of Mana or whatever, is that what it is?
Of the Mana games, yeah. There's Trials of Mana was the third one that they did remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like
that's right.
Those games were kind of like just 2D Super Nintendo games, right?
Trials of Mana was just a 16-bit top-down.
So would that be good enough? Because I really don't know anything about the Mana games.
It might be good enough for me. I don't know if that'd be good enough for other people.
Right.
Even though that art style might make more sense for Final Fantasy VI in my head than what they're doing in Final Fantasy VII. I mean, that's the thing too, right? Like, I like the kind of the way those like almost chibi pixels look in 6 more, and I don't know if I necessarily want to see like the 3D renders based more on the Amaguchi like concept art necessarily. So then it's like this thing of now we got to find voices for all these characters that like never had voices except for maybe in Dissidia for a couple of them. So it's a lot to do. It's kind of a heavy task. I mean, look, I'm also kind of okay if they just don't ever. I think Final Fantasy VI is still fantastic. Yep. I still have to play that pixel remaster version and see how good that one is, and that is still pretty new.
Yep, exactly. So whatever, no rush, and if they take their time or if they never do it, I'll be fine.
I really do want a 9 remake more, just because I think like updating that. And there are some stuff with 9, especially like the pace of battles. This is a problem a lot of PlayStation 1 JRPGs had, where they're just slow. Because they're like, you're going to watch all of these animations, and even just like swinging a sword is going to kind of take a while. And there's long loading for every battle. So there's just like some inherent stuff there.
Yep, quality of life.
More,
and then the smudgy backgrounds they could really update.
Sure. So I think 9 is maybe a more crucial one to read. Plus 9's having a moment.
Oh yeah.
6 will always kind of have its place, right? But 9 is like riding this wave that maybe won't last forever.
It definitely is.
All right, Jeff, do you want to read some of those super chats then?
Yeah, let's see here. I have them right here, I believe. I'm going to scroll to the top, starting with Uriel Delgado, who says, got into Monkey Island recently because of Sea of Thieves. Not new to the franchise, just never played it. I am now a fan and wish 3, 4, and 5 were on Xbox. There you go, Mike. You got folks joining your crew.
Let's go. It's weird that 5 isn't, but I think that Switch was maybe the only console that came to.
Weird.
3, I wish would get a remaster, because that's the one that's like all 2D art and stuff like that. So it's really pretty, but it was only ever like scanned for low resolutions, right?
Right.
So it all looks a bit blurry. I don't know if they have all the original art and can rescan it. I don't know if you can do some AI stuff there or whatnot, but I would love for that to be re-released and looking real sharp, because that is just a very pretty game, and probably still my favorite entry in this series. 4, you can watch a video about 4, you'll be fine.
Let's see. This is from Connell Wood. Xenoblade Warriors, it's time. I'm still down for that Mario Muso that we heard about that one time. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Xenoblade sure does make a lot of sense, though.
Yeah, I mean, Xenoblade games only sell like 1 million copies, so it's like, is that really
1 million?
Yeah, they don't sell as well as like even like Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So
yeah, or even like Fire Emblem, I guess. I mean, Fire Emblem's not huge. Like, what if
I guess
Fire
that's a
Emblem,
good point.
Right? They did Fire Emblem Warriors. Fire Emblem sells a bit better than
It definitely
Xenoblade,
does.
I guess.
Yes.
But I mean, what the heck? I don't know. I worry. I worry is the wrong word, that they are just going to do another Hyrule Warriors, this time with some of like the past characters from Tears of the Kingdom now, right?
I'll just do what I did last time and ignore it. Yeah.
There you go.
Spencer Nation says, go get a celebratory 10K burrito, Mike. All right, there you go.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, I had a burrito yesterday and hit the spot.
Man, burritos are good.
Can does it make me a hipster if I like hothead burritos more than Chipotle? Or does it make me like disgusting?
It doesn't make you a hipster. A hipster would be like, I have a local taqueria.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
But I don't think it makes you disgusting. I think it's just like, it's like some people like Burger King more than McDonald's. It's fine.
I like how hotheads isn't quite as popular. So
sure, I totally get that.
There's not much a line. The tables are usually cleaned. Like,
yes.
It's like you go to Chipotle, you're never getting a clean table. That's the last thing those people are worried about doing, cleaning the table.
My Chipotle is very clean. I want the people to know.
That's shocking.
Yes. I'm very, very grateful. That was Spencer's first super chat, by the way. Thanks so much,
Thank
Spencer.
you so much. Also, Hothead doesn't do the cilantro in the rice, and I have that cilantro.
Sure, so. And it's like, yeah, that's got to be rough, because like there's no cilantro option, right? You have to like pick it up.
You can, but they literally have to like go to the back and pull out this like bin of normal rice, and it looks like this giant pain in the ass for already the busiest like fast food line in the world. I feel terrible. I used to do it a couple times. I'm like, I'm not asking them to do this anymore. I'll just deal with the cilantro. I feel so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I'm glad. Listen, I just like burritos, and as long as there's burrito places near me, I'm going to be happy. Alex says, this is where they are shadow dropping Silk Song. We live in a time of dreams, and nothing can hurt us.
There we go.
That is the night before a Nintendo Direct, a super chat I've ever read.
This is the night of dreams and nothing can hurt us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From Kyle Barton, new 2D Mario, or doesn't Nintendo sit on it like the cough your hair, Jeff, and Mike's beard?
Yeah.
I
think they sit on it. I think they need something this fall, and I am at a point where maybe things are gonna really change tomorrow. It sure does make sense. New 2D Mario now. 3D Mario launched with the new system.
Yep, absolutely. It makes a lot of sense. A 2D Mario that you can have on the system that is already owned by a large, broad audience that would eat up a 2D Mario game. Like, yeah, of course.
It could become the best-selling 2D Mario game ever.
Yeah, easily. Well, Super Mario Brothers is very, sold very well. But yes.
Yeah, it's all that pack-in.
All the pack-ins. That doesn't count. Shigeru Miyamoto. Speaking of pack-in games, I don't know how that makes sense. Please be excited for
you can pack it.
Please be excited for the new 2D Mario or Super Mario Brothers, the movie, the game starring Cool Chris Pratt. Party rock anthem plays every time you finish a level.
I mean, I would like that.
Yeah, I was like, I just do that on my own, like just play it on my phone.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Party rockers in the house tonight. Woo! Every Mario goes just to have a good time.
It's Xcore became a member. Thank you so much, Xcore. Actually, 9 months of being a member, and he says, "Hey, dudes,
thank you."
Shout out, Xcore.
Hey, dude, yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay. What?
Kyle Barton, to add on my queue is that you both think it's going to be like the new 3D modules 2D Sonic style. Don't know what you mean, Kyle
What was
Barton.
his last question? To add
new
to
2D Mario, or doesn't Nintendo sit on it like the...
Do we think so? Like, do you think it's going to be like Sonic Superstars? Oh,
I get it now.
Right, I'm mad at you.
Way to go, Kyle. Way to go, Kyle.
I forgot. You and Lex is going. Lex is going.
I
nuts.
just jump on the bandwagon. When I see someone getting bullied, I just jump on so I don't become the next
Sonic.
victim.
It was one thing for Lexi, because Lexi was like born after all the good Sonic games came out. So whatever. You should know better.
I played them at the time. I 100% played them. It was just like
physics just aren't exactly like Mario, so it's
not that it's not like Mario.
Game.
It's like it's not. It doesn't make sense for its own game.
Like, it's actually just a bad game. You say, oh, it's actually just a bad game. Actually, you're just a bad person.
Okay, Sonic Mania is fun. So obviously there have been good Sonic games.
If only we knew what that game was based on.
I play those old games. They're not as fun as Sonic Mania.
No, I mean they're not, but it's not like there's like this drop off.
Okay,
it's like here and here.
Sonic is fine. Sonic is fine, and many of the games are very bad. But yes,
of course, many of them are bad. But that's the thing. Like look, Sonic 06 isn't so bad, but all of a sudden, like Sonic 2 isn't a good game.
So listen, I just don't think Sonic 2 is a great game. Can I say that without you getting mad? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it.
Absolutely not. Definitely a great game.
I think
a seminal game.
Yes. It's okay. I'll agree with seminal. Sure, it's seminal. Yeah. Well, what's not seminal in 1990 in video games? Altered Beast is seminal, and that's bullshit.
Well, okay. Well, yeah, you're right there.
Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, Kyle, I think that what I want is sprites, so it'll be 3D. Yes, I think that you're right. It'll be 3D.
It'll probably be 3D, but they can still do things with that. I mean, Metroid Dread looked really cool, but again, it'd be cool if it even... It kind of messes me up that, like, the best-looking 2D Nintendo platformer was that Wario Land Shake It for the Wii that no one played.
Right.
It's like the one time they actually like had animated cells and it looks amazing. You got a lot of money. Can't you hire some like real like artists with like a paintbrush or something?
Yeah, fucking buy a paintbrush. God damn it.
Buy a goddamn paintbrush. You pathetic losers.
Steph Tendo says, any chance we get more GameCube Nintendo ports? Star Fox?
I don't.
F-Zero GX is the one that like is the most obvious, I think.
Look, I know we've been coming around to like Star Fox. What's the one that's not Dinosaur Planet? Star Fox.
Star Fox
I
Adventures.
Say Star Fox Armageddon. Star Fox Assault.
Assault. Okay, right.
Well, Adventures is Dinosaur Planet. Assault is just third-person shooter.
Okay,
one.
yeah, I thought you were saying not Dinosaur Planet because it turned into something else. But okay,
I forgot the name for Adventure. Also, look, neither of those games are liked well enough to get like big boy remasters. No way.
Yeah,
I'm afraid not.
El Grug, what is the next Nintendo game after Pikmin 4, and why is it everybody's 1-2 Switch Reload?
Reloaded.
Yeah, sure.
One,
man. Already
Switch Reload featuring Dante from Devil May Cry 3 with new funky mode.
Nintendo, any chance of Time Splitters at the Direct tomorrow? 2 and 3 did release on GameCube. Also, Arkham Collection, I hope, and 2D Mario would be great. That Arkham Collection's been rumored for a really long time. I bet it just pops up out of nowhere. Yeah.
Is it going to have the armored version?
I bet it does. I would love that.
Jeff, the way you smile.
Yeah, that makes me very happy. I'll be very happy if it has the armored
I never
edition.
got to play the armored
Me
version.
neither, of course not, because I'm saying.
I assume it's the definitive version.
Exactly the way that like Batman intended it.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Wii U version of Batman Arkham City.
Time Splitters. No, I don't think it'll be there. I don't
Who
think
cares?
Was Time Splitters never good?
No, well, Time Splitters 1 wasn't, because it was just like GoldenEye without the fun license, so it's even worse.
And
somehow.
the controls, they still hadn't figured out the controls, so they're a little bit
but
weird.
people do like Time Splitters like 2 and Future Perfect or Future Imperfect. So I'm gonna try those soon. I bet I probably will actually like those. But no, I remember Time Splitters 1 because that's a launch game for PlayStation 2, and I had it and didn't like it.
I liked it better than Sonic. Antonioni says, we live in a world where people scoff and hate Mario Sunshine, but are excited for a new Fable game. Antonioni, listen, there's no accounting for
the Mario Sunshine wave is kind of going back up again, right? Like it seems like there was like a big like bottoming out. Everyone
played it again, so it went down. Right?
Played it again. It's what is right, including me. I used to be a big Sunshine defender. Then I played it in between Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy in that collection. I'm like, oh, this one's worse.
Yeah. And now it's been a few months and everyone forgot again. Like, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt sometimes.
Just that vision of it, of like, yeah, tropical
Right.
Mario. You got a fun jetpack. It's great. The game has glaring faults. It has issues, but it's still look like the worst Mario 3D platformer is still probably one of the best 10 3D platformers ever made.
Yep.
So like I still like Mario Sunshine one. I do wish like it got more remastering love in that 3D All-Stars thing, because it does need it. It should be at 60 frames per second. They could fix some of the bullshit. They could make getting the blue coins easier. I wish they'd kind of rethink the progression, because it's not like Mario 64 where you only need 70 stars to progress. No, you have to kind of beat each level. You don't get to sort of choose your own way, and that's kind of bullshit too.
Yep. They should have edited it the way they've edited a lot of the Zelda games.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. And then, Fable. People are like, listen, Fable has its fans. The Uncharted Wolf finished the Pikmin trilogy recently, and I could say the games hold up wonderfully. And Pikmin 3 is phenomenal. Hype for Pikmin 4. Rock Pikmin is life. Hey, Wolf, I'm right there with you. Pikmin 3 is phenomenal.
I assume Pikmin 4 is going to make a lot of people happy. I also assume it's going to be the best-selling Pikmin ever.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. Chris Cuevas.
I'm sorry, I have a tangent here. How many times does Nintendo actually just call something blank 4? Because they might do it Metroid Prime. I don't think they actually will. I bet that game gets like some weird name change or subtitle. Because we never had a Super Mario Brothers 4. Although I think in Japan, Mario World has like
but that's always like the box art and like marketing. You never really know.
When you start Metroid Fusion, it does say Metroid 4, but that's like not an official title. Right.
They have not done it.
Oh, there's a Wario Land 4. Good job,
there it
Warner
is.
versus CPU. Nicely
Wario Land
done.
4. Okay, good pull.
Okay, there you go.
Chris Cuevas says, as a Mexican, local taquerias does not equal hipster. Lol. Listen,
obviously the situation's different in Mexico.
Well, yes, and listen, or as a Mexican in America, you're 100% not a hipster if you go to a local taqueria. If my friend from San Francisco only goes to their local taqueria and scoffs whenever I mention Chipotle, which they do, that's a hipster. That's a hipster thing. But they would not be hipster if they were Mexican and did that. That's just normal behavior.
Guys, go to a couple extra ones here. We got Mario Advance 4 and Mario Party 4. Mario Party 4.
Yeah, look at that.
They numbered those for a good while.
All right. Let's see. Also, that was Chris's first super chat. Felt the urge to come in and super chat that. I understand.
This guy completely understand. The two whitest people in the world talking about hipster taquerias.
The Uncharted Wolf. Did Mike just ask Nintendo to hire, quote, real artists? Yes.
Okay, look,
to buy a paintbrush.
It sounds offensive when you put it like, you know what I mean? Like, not people with 3D computers. I mean, real artists with a paintbrush.
Burrito wrote in. It says, wonder how many years will pass before people acknowledge that Sonic is a bad video game franchise with a few hits. There's only so many ways to iterate going fast. Burrito very well said.
So many ways to iterate jumping on things.
And yet they always figure it out.
Ways to iterate driving a car.
And it's always fun.
There's only so many ways to iterate shooting things.
I remember this is like the 12 years ago where I was like, Diablo's just kind of like clicking on things, and Mike's like, every game's just clicking on things. Like, all right, good point. I'm sorry.
I'm glad I forgot about that. I'm glad that one's
No, it's stuck with me.
you.
Yes, I'm like every time I play a first-person shooter, I'm like, I am just clicking on this head. That's what I'm doing right now. That's all I'm doing, and it's like it kind of rules. He's right. All right, Chrono Rig. Hey, dogs, if you were invited to one of those game commercials like 1-2 Switch, would you act like that? Lol.
Oh, yeah, I'd play along hardcore.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think I'm too good for it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I would. Like I said, I go along with the crowd if they're bawling into somebody or if they're all getting into everybody's 1-2 Switch. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna behave. Patrick Ford, which do we get sooner, Mario Maker 3 or Luigi's Mansion 4? And do we see either of them tomorrow? Luigi's Mansion 4, because I don't think they're going to make a Mario Maker 3.
Luigi's Mansion 4, again, sold a ridiculous amount of copies. Mario Maker 2 did not really do that well.
It was like 5 million, but that way underperformed what they were thinking, I think.
Yeah. Even 5 million, that's actually better. I thought it was more like a 3 million.
I think it was 5-ish million.
That's better, I thought. Maybe they'll make a new one, not like for this platform. I mean, both of those would be next platform games. Luigi's Mansion 4
definitely.
Specifically. But yeah, I wouldn't be. There's definitely going to be a Luigi's Mansion 4. There might not be a Mario Maker 3 for sure.
It was the soccer game, right? It was Strikers was the Next Level's last game.
Right. Yeah, what you're saying is something about a baseball, Mario Baseball.
Oh yeah,
game,
Mario
maybe,
Baseball.
sure?
We didn't talk about that. That could be there.
I hope so. I got very upset. You guys were poo-pooing baseball. You weren't really, but you also didn't stand up for it, which is basically just as bad. Silence is complicitness,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just following orders. I'm going to be tried, I'm sure.
Yeah, you have to stand
Baseball
up for
Nazis
baseball,
are at it again, yeah.
You know baseball's so good because it constantly needs defending. But yeah, I like baseball the most. I'd be excited for a new Mario baseball game.
Oh, that's going to be really fun. I bet that does get announced tomorrow. Kano, I bet it comes out pretty soon too because it's going to be summer game.
Baseball season in the middle of it.
Kano Wood says, was that footage of 1-2 Switch or Jared Leto's cult? Yeah, I mean, listen, it's hard to say. It's really impossible to say. It could be anything. And then Nathaniel Cook, hey, Jeff, Perfectly Dark Grubb, and Mike Cameo Naughty.
Yeah.
Please tell me Everwild is coming along well now. I just need you to say that to me. Whisper sweet nothings about smooth development. I will do no such thing. I don't know. I have no idea if it's going smooth or not. It probably is fine now. I have no idea. But why are you an Everwild fan? We don't even know what the fuck that thing is. Like, what is there to get excited about?
I mean, if they like, maybe they like Sea of Thieves and they just like the idea of they like fantasy more though.
Yeah,
they're just a Rare fan.
Yeah, that's fair. You can be a Rare fan.
Interesting that there are still like, I'm fans of Rare. I'm just always hopeful about their next thing. When, I mean, if you're like a fan of Banjo-Kazooie, and again, I don't know if this is what he's saying, but you're a fan of Banjo-Kazooie, like you don't need to be excited for Rare's next thing based on that anymore.
Yeah, I agree. That does it for the super chats. Mike, back to you.
GB Cran in chat said baseball is about as good as Sonic 2, and I agree. Both great.
I agree too. No, I like baseball a lot.
We need to go to a game. All right. Why don't we take a breaky break, Jeff? We'll come back. We'll see what our community is maybe predicting or hoping for in this direct. How about
Let's do it. All right, everybody watching live. We'll be right back. Mike, you gonna go potty?
Break.
Actually, I don't have to, so we can just go right back into it.
Okay.
Let me open up.
Christian, do you need a couple of seconds of silence?
Done.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, very cool.
I know there was a thread for questions this week to everybody, but I thought the Nintendo Direct stuff made more sense. So I don't, unless this goes really short, we might not be dipping into those questions. We'll see.
We can always come back to questions. Yeah. A moment of silence for all the Sonic fans. That's right. Oh,
I did my best.
That's the wrong thing. There we go. Now there's Mike Yee is back. Okay, Mike, you can bring the show back in whenever you're ready.
And we are back. All right, Jeff. I asked the community for some suggestions for predictions. Not suggestions for predictions, just predictions. I'm adding too many extra words. It's a bad writer's habit. That's a nice shirt, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It just came today.
Okay, where'd you get that?
I don't remember. Probably the Yeti.
That makes sense. I've been buying too many Yeti shirts.
Yes, my wife commented on my shirt habit, and I'm like, you have a very good point. I do have too many.
It's fun to buy things.
Yeah, it makes me feel alive for a second.
Makes me feel happy.
Yeah, it fills the hole inside of me.
Pablo Costa, Silk Song gets a release date October 2023. Do you expect Silk Song this year, Jeff? I think you kind of talked about this earlier.
No, I don't expect it this year. I think it's early next year.
December, like
yeah, that
maybe
seems like a December drop. Yeah, that's fair. December or later is what I'll say. I'll be happy to be wrong.
KB3RG says Hades 2 early access. More of a want, but give it to me. You think there's going to be any chance we get the early access version of Hades 2 on Switch?
No, I would love that, but no, I don't think Nintendo's going to be conducive to early access stuff. Not really. If they were going to make an exception for any game, it would be Hades 2. That said, I don't, because I just don't. It's too much of a mountain to move to get Nintendo to cooperate with something like that.
Bob didn't die in summary. Jesus said, Switch Pro rumors are pretty cold right now, which means they're definitely teasing an announcement at the Direct.
Yeah, that's a good point, because now it's like the one time everyone's like, that's not going to happen. So you're right. It means it will happen.
God, I remember getting frustrated when everyone's like, I bet it could come out like March 2023, like a year ago. Like, no.
Yep, clearly not.
But if somehow that's wrong, give me more info on the Pokemon DLC. I know it's a Pokemon Direct thing, but damn it, I want to know more about that DLC. I also just kind of expect to hear about that at a Pokemon Direct. Same thing. If, like, some people are like, oh, where's Detective Pikachu 2? Maybe that's nowhere, but again, if it was going to be somewhere, it would be there. Yeah,
I think I could see them like just having a few details about it in this, and then actually going all out with a Pokemon Direct. But we'll see.
Just an Ocean is saying in chat that the first Hades launched on Switch in early access. That's not right.
That's not true. Nope.
Okay.
I mean, I'll double check. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But here's how I remember it. It was in early access on Epic Games Store for about a year, and then it launched on Steam and Switch in 1.0 at the same time.
Right,
if that's wrong,
I didn't play it until it was out on Switch, and that was 1.0. Yeah.
Yep.
I think you're right. Pugadillo here says, Rhythm Heaven Switch, please. We'll also pop hard for a new Sin and Punishment, Punch Out, Drill Dozer, or Kuru Kuru Kuruin. Man, a new Kuru Kuru Kuruin.
Kuru Kuru Kuruin is a Nintendo published series, right?
I believe so. I mean, there's only been 2 games, and it was Game Boy Advance and GameCube.
Really? There's only been those 2? Okay, cool.
Well, because there's other like similar things like
irritating stick. Yeah, totally.
But it's not Kuru Kuru Kuruin. Published by Nintendo. Kuru Kuru Kuruin.
Man, let's go. That would be
fucking
go.
It
seems like the kind of game that would like pop off on TikTok these days or something. Like people are like, "What is that?" And I don't know.
Double down the penguin cuteness for sure.
Exactly.
Big Tony says realistic prediction: Persona 5 Tactics and Persona 3 Remake confirmed for Switch. Wild prediction: the Zelda blowout I was promised. Look, you guys got a Zelda blowout, and it was called Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, listen, look. All right, you got a big Zelda. Lay off. We're sorry.
Low Rule says, "Give me that Donkey Kong game finally." Again, it seems like we all really cooled off on this rumor, even though it flared up again not that long ago. So, I mean, again, we haven't had much Donkey Kong stuff this whole generation. Just basically that port of Tropical Freeze. So maybe Donkey Kong shows up.
Yeah, maybe. I would love that.
I'd be super excited about it.
I would be.
Diablo Wolf says, my dream prediction is a franchise I've always wanted next level games to return to, Punch Out. I love John Cartwright's idea of making the new Punch Out be about Little Mac fighting aliens. That's funny because there's that like almost Punch Out sequel on the NES that was just like a sci-fi game, but it wasn't made by the same people and it wasn't very good.
Right, but it was like kind of positioned itself as like a sequel, right? Yeah.
Well, because it like had like a fake 2 on it, even though it was the first game in a series, which was really funny. Whatever that's called.
That wouldn't work for me because how do you do Earth stereotypes for races if they're aliens?
I think it solves that problem.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah, that's why.
That's a feature, not a bug for me.
Yeah. The Gibby Adam, Phil Spencer says, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. And then it's an emoji of your face looking very creepy. No, not happening. It's just not happening, everybody.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't think it's going to happen.
Dugan says, the Mario Muso featuring Chris Pratt and the gang. What would Mario's weapon be? You think they like give him a hammer? Or you think it'd be?
I think it's like the Super Mario RPG, like a hammer, like upgraded boots, and then what is the other thing that he gets in Super Mario RPG?
I think it's just he just jumps, He has the hammer and he fire flowers.
Oh no,
like
he got like the punch gloves. He gets the punch.
Oh, the
gloves.
punch gloves, right? The gloves,
So
right.
I mean, yeah, they could do variations on that and make them more and more wild. I don't know.
Eva Janice says Netflix on Switch now with extra fees. Ooh, extra fees.
Ooh, I love extra fees.
Benji Glasky says hentai. Giggy64 says Blast Core on NS. Oh God, I would love to get Blast Core and NSO. I'd be so excited for that one.
So basically, also just hentai.
Tell me, Daddy Blast Core.
Blast Core seems like one of those ones that could happen. Like that one seems like Nintendo.
Microsoft's not going to be precious about Blast Core.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So I would love that. I love Blast Core. I adore Blast Core. So.
Right, and like same thing with like that's why I hope we'll get a Jet Force Gemini at some point. Like we got Banjo-Kazooie,
yeah.
and that franchise probably means much more to Microsoft than some of this stuff. So I don't see why
they actually
not,
made a Banjo-Kazooie game. They didn't make a Jet Force Gemini or a Blast Core. So yeah.
Yeah, I like kind of wanted to play Nuts and Bolts before Tears of the Kingdom came out. I wonder what it'd be like to play it after Tears of the Kingdom came out. I bet we'll be like, oh yeah, this isn't as good.
Hey, it's not as good, but it's still very cool.
Cyber Red says Tears of the Kingdom DLC. Amiibos are getting a reprint. I guess I didn't think about this. I guess there could be some kind of DLC stuff for Totka.
Yeah, I think Totka is probably going to get a DLC announcement. Yeah.
Because Breath of the Wild got some substantial stuff. I never actually played.
Most of their games get DLC announcements before they come out. This is one of the very few that didn't happen. Breath of the Wild had an announcement for DLC before Breath of the Wild launched. I think that they will almost certainly announce something at some point. Why not here?
Isaac Clark says Dragon Quest III HD 2D gets a release date. So I brought this up earlier. Someone chats did like mention that sometimes Dragon Quest stuff happens like on its own. I mean, this thing was announced in a special Dragon Quest presentation.
I remember that, yeah.
But that was kind of a special case because like they were also announcing Dragon Quest 12 there.
Yes,
they had a lot of
Dragon
things
Quest
to
10 offline and all that stuff. Like, yeah, they have already announced all these things.
Dragon Quest 10 offline, actually.
I thought I said offline.
Maybe you did, and I just heard online. That's actually my bad, Jeff, and I shouldn't have interrupted you and destroyed the flow of the show.
Yeah,
just for
it's embarrassing for you.
Quip.
Absolutely. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D could easily show up in this thing.
Consoleless Boomer says, new Mario title, Tears of the Kingdom DLC, and absolutely nothing about Metroid or Silk Song. Calm down, you Hollow Knight pervs.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll calm down now. Jet Bink says, Mother 3, Mother 3, Mother 3. My big question has always been, would it be Mother 3 or Earthbound 2?
At this point, I think it's going to be Mother 3, but I love the name Earthbound.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of Earthbound. Name. It is kind of a better name, right? Although,
I mean, when we got Mother 1 here, they called it Earthbound Origins, so they did for that.
I would, maybe it's Mother 2 then.
No, I think it's going to be Mother. I think it's going to be, you mean Earthbound 2.
Is what I said? Earthbound 2.
This time you said Mother 2. This time
I
you
did
said Mother 2. I'm not crazy.
Okay, Earthbound 2. Yes, it could be Earthbound 2.
WFS Greatstone says Chrono Trigger HD2D because it's the last thing I read.
That's it. That's how I work too. Good job.
Nick Taro says Nintendo and Square finally gives us the ultimate crossover, and it's that picture from that EGM April Fools of Mario and Kingdom Hearts from like 20 years ago. Now I remember. And that.
Mario's got too many belts on.
Of course, he's in Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly. Who's the Kingdom Hearts belts guy?
Oh, there's a lot of people Kingdom Hearts that wear too many belts.
No, but who's the creator of Kingdom Hearts, or like the guy that oversees
the creator. Yeah. The Final Fantasy 7 guy also. And now I am Tetsuya Nomura.
Yeah, Nomura. There we go. Yes, man. Keep Nomura away from Mario. All right. Thank you.
Vision 49 says, I just hope that remake of the SNES Classic comes true, and I hope it's not something that's already available on modern
Stunt Race
hardware.
FX, baby. Double the frame rate to 20. Let's go.
It's edge twice as good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Matt Rare Monkey says all the farming game updates. You actually played Fae Farm, right? Was that any good?
Yeah, it was actually surprisingly fun. You can run around and jump on anything, so it makes getting around kind of neat and very efficient. And then there is a million things to do every 5 feet. You could just be doing so much in that game. And it's...
Can you fuck?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, you asked. I should have asked. I should have done better reporting. You're right.
The next one is wait. I was gonna say something else that I got distracted by my hilarious joke. We'll just move on to the next one. From Tyler James Bay, he says the whole direct is just one game of everybody's 1-2 switch. Do you think are they gonna say anything about everybody's 1-2 switch, or was this thing that happened today their way of getting it out of the way?
I think they mention it in passing.
You think they could just play that clip that they released early?
I think they just show the logo and be like, hey, we have, in addition to Pikmin 4, which we just talked about for 3 minutes, we also have everybody's 1-2 switch. And then after that, you can look forward to, and it's literally that fast. I think that's how it'll go.
Where's everybody's snipper clips or whatever that game was?
Snipper clips is fun.
That was actually pretty cool. Then let's see here now. JD Camp says, "Wow, Luigi will be playable in a non-sports game." Ooh. Well, I mean, Mario Party. Besides Mario Party in a sports game.
Hey, partying is a sport if you're doing it right.
Never been playable. Where's my Wario Waluigi beat him up, man? I know I was going to ask you before I screamed the word fucking. What about Stardew Valley's the creator making that chocolate game, right? We haven't heard about that in a while.
Yeah, didn't he say that he was taking some time off from that game to go back and work on more Stardew Valley stuff?
Oh, he did?
That happened a couple months ago.
That's kind of a bummer. Is it Stardew Valley not have enough stuff yet?
Yeah, I mean, Stardew Valley is one of those games that, if you wanted to, could easily become a forever development game. Just keep adding more and more stuff like Minecraft, and it keeps selling. Obviously, it's going to pay that person's bills. I can't remember the developer's name. It's going to pay their bills for the rest of their lives, rest of their life. But I agree, that's a bummer. The Chocolatier Adventure or whatever it is.
D-Tech says it wasn't a huge break. It was just to fix some specific thing in Stardew. Okay.
Okay, cool. So they're already back on it. Fantastic.
Okay.
But I think still that means it's not going to be ready to be shown.
Shoji Kodo says Metroid Prime 4. And again, I'm just not feeling it with Metroid Prime 4. I don't know why. I just don't feel it. I don't think it's happening.
I don't disagree.
Fluffy Cloud Gamer says Nintendo Direct, oops, all DLC. Mario Kart, Tears of the Kingdom, Splatoon. We had a Direct that was kind of like that once, I remember. I remember being frustrated.
Yeah, definitely.
Darachi says Yakuza 0 plus Kiwami for Switch is not likely at all, but I can dream. That'd be cool. It should also show us somebody's butt a lot, though.
Yeah, definitely. And almost show us dick.
Yeah. Dan Park, the male snail, says somehow another Xenoblade waifu.
Oh, man.
So we had the Xenoblade DLC come out, and I before they make their next big game at Monolith, I imagine they will do a port / remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Between 2 and 3, they did a remaster / remake of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. But it might be a little early for that still.
What about the waifus?
What about what is going to be the waifu game if we don't? I mean, we already had a Fire Emblem. I guess that was a lot of. You know what? They actually put a lot of waifus in Tears of the Kingdom. That is the most waifu-heavy Zelda game we've ever had, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or at least I definitely was paying more attention than in the past. So, but Purah, they people aged, right? So Purah's older, so now she is totally a waifu. That's how it happened.
Well, she was supposed to be old, and then she accidentally turned herself into a child, and now she's an adult again in 2 years. Yes.
All right. Thanks a lot for always making me feel like a goddamn creep. Japanese games.
No, he's old. She's old. Don't worry. She's
okay.
actually old. It's
child,
okay.
But now an adult. Okay.
You think old people are creepy and gross, Jeff? Wow.
Yes, I'm very ageist. You said the funniest thing. You're like, there was already a Fire Emblem game, as if there couldn't be 2 or 3 more lying in wait.
Man,
they're doing.
That came out this year, Jeff.
I know,
came
but
out this year.
They're definitely working on that genealogy of the Holy War remake.
Remake, yeah.
And so that could pop off at any moment. Probably not now. Probably September. Yeah, I'm not ready for that either.
I'm not ready. Let's see here now. From Lenny Cool Dick Denver, F-Zero gets announced, and then my house burns down before I can play it. Well, with the power of the Nintendo Switch, you don't need a house to play F-Zero anymore. Don't worry, Lenny. Beef Amber says Starfield port announcement. Well, it better run 60 frames per second on Switch.
Or else I'm going to be mad about it.
GB Cran says Mario Maker 3D. Let's jump into some user-created paintings. Oh, God,
cool.
you man. What would that'd be so difficult. I mean, we've had 3D.
It's like a
Dreams,
Tony Hawk level
Project
editor.
Spark.
Yeah.
It's like a Tony Hawk level editor. Yeah, it's that easy. MDY says the most timely announcement ever of a new Steel Diver package with a pro controller.
Let's
Is that
go.
going to be? Is that the thing now? Is Steel Diver going to get some kind of nostalgic glow up? Or are we going to act like Steel Diver was incredible?
I never really played Steel Diver, so yes, that's going to happen. Pilot Wings is the one we actually should get.
Yeah, why not? Time for new Pilot Wings. Roller 610 says too early for Tears of the Kingdom DLC. Just beat it today and still got it on the brain. No, I don't think it's too early.
I think it's perfect because I think most people are beating it right now.
Yeah, I think I think like we're like a month and some change out from release now.
Yeah, I mean that does feel like why this direct is happening now, right? Because they normally do it in early June, and they pushed it back probably because they knew most people would be playing Tears of the Kingdom, and why disrupt that? So I think DLC is like very likely.
Yeah, fantastic. And then DMC Depressed Me Crying says that remastered Bandai Namco is already working on in Star Fox Grand Prix. Did you see there was did you know gaming about some like these things that apparently that Star Fox Grand Prix rumor started just because like somebody made up an email? What is chat going on about?
I don't know, but I'm sure the audio listeners will have noticed it as well.
You said most people are beating it right now.
I mean, that's probably true.
How did I not even pick up on
I mean, if you just think about it, like around the world, most people probably are beating it right as we speak.
You guys think we're the problem? I see chat. I was like, should I ignore this? What is everybody? Like,
they were just like, put that on the soundboard. I'm like, oh god, I don't even realize what I said.
Those people are beating it right.
We were just talking about something. What were we talking about? I was going to keep going, and now we're talking about
and
beating
the last
it.
One. Always beat Corgi. Bring me another Animal Crossing, Nintendo. You cowards. That's gotta just be waiting for the next Switch. I am shocked how little support there was for Animal Crossing, a game that sold 40 million, 50 million copies.
Yeah, they should do more with those games, and they just will not. They just don't.
I wonder if like it just like wasn't in the plan that time, and wonder this next one there will be a more robust sort of support for it afterwards.
Yeah,
I wonder if it'll come out a little earlier in the consoles.
It's definitely a monkey paw situation, right? Because you just never know what that ends up looking like.
And it's hard with Animal Crossing. You can't just like remaster an old one, really, right? Like just like, you know, I know there's some people who prefer certain things about the older Animal Crossing games, but generally most people just want to play the new one. And they tried like making spin-offs. There's an Animal Crossing board game, and it kind of was like, whatever. So, and Happy Home Designer, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what else you can do with it except just make the new one. All right. Jeff, that's it for our community stuff. I think we've got a few more super chats. You'd like to read those?
Yeah, let me get set up for that. Yeah, Star Fox Grand Prix. I remember getting caught off guard by that one time where it's like, someone's like, what do you know about Star Fox Grand Prix? And I had never heard of it. Because it's not like I was like running in those Nintendo rumor circles. I was just like bringing my own stuff. So people just, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And it was fun to get the whole full story and just be like, oh, this was just a big misunderstanding and basically a hoax. That was a good video. All right, who was the last one? I think it was Connor Wood. Nope, right here we go. J. Stud McLovin says, if and when they ever decide to release a Mario Maker 3, just saying from a marketing perspective, they should name it Super Mario Maker 3D. Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a whole... I'm still like mad about Mario Maker 2 having like that whole section for like new play styles, and that's where like 3D World was. We're like, wow, what else are they gonna add here?
Super Mario Brothers 2. I can't wait.
Mario Land, and then nothing.
Yep. That's why I don't think they'll ever make another one.
No.
Smooth Life says, I'd love a random Bethesda port like Morrowind. That could be fun. I'd be fine. I would play Oblivion again on Switch.
Yeah, I was about to say. You just like, God, yeah. I mean, God, you could just put Oblivion on the Switch. I haven't run 60 frames per second. I don't care if that game looks like how it did in the Xbox 360. Whatever. Oblivion was a great game. That was super fun. In some ways, it's still better in Skyrim, just in terms of like some of the quest design. I think you can actually do more interesting, like more weird character builds and stuff like that. Partly because it's a bit more obtuse than Skyrim, right? Like, right. That's always the trade-off when you streamline things.
And it doesn't have the world scaling, so you can kind of go into places before you're ready, and I always like that. So.
It had some, when I played Oblivion originally, I think it does have something like that, because the first thing I accidentally did when I played Oblivion, because it was already like the Game of the Year edition, was start the DLC like campaign, like the shimmering isles or whatever it was. I just randomly found the doorway to that. So before I did anything else, I played through the whole DLC thing and then went and did the rest of the game, which is really interesting.
I bet the DLC scaled. That would make sense.
Yeah, that was really cool DLC too.
Big Jimbo Ryan is back and says, Shiggy, go easy on us tomorrow. We had a rough E3. How do you think Sony's feeling right now? They've got to still be just like, this is a blip. We're going to put out Spider-Man 2 and everything's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. I think we were all surprised that they had so little to really show at their thing. And, it's just interesting how fortunes change, Jeff, at least in terms of conception.
Yeah, perception, right? Yeah.
Perception, excuse me, which is in some degrees is reality. But the reality is also that like PlayStation is making a ton of money.
Right. I don't think anything's going to slow down PlayStation, but it does feel like Xbox is actually picking up pace again.
Right. And I mean, it's easy how fast that happens. It takes like one kind of bad showcase from PlayStation and one good one from Microsoft. And, like right after when Microsoft seemed to at a low point, like following this light release schedule for a long time, releasing like maybe their worst like big quote unquote first party published AAA game ever, or at least in a very long time. Then hey, you have a good showcase. All of a sudden we're feeling a lot better about it. And again, it's like I feel bad for Spider-Man 2, but like that's just Spider-Man 2. Starfield looks like something new and exciting in the future and all this stuff.
Yeah, and I think the game's taking 5 to 6 years. The reality is every single one of these companies is going to have an off year every once in a while. So it's like
things are going to line up.
You should probably just get everything and play on everything. It's that simple. Kyle Barton, new amiibo.
I'm going to come out before people yell at you for saying something that is like, well, I don't have the money to, Jeff, but I know what you mean.
If you can, obviously. Get them secondhand. I don't know. Steal them. I didn't say buy them. I said you should get all of them. Kyle Barton, new amiibo were data mined or amiibos that were not released. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think they will always threaten us with new amiibo. That seems likely as well.
Is there an amiibo like this? Oh, Jeff, if they remade Mario RPG, there's like a chance there would be Mallow and Gino.
That would rule. I would love that.
Man. I'd buy 10 each.
I would like that very much. I love those characters so goddamn much.
Freaking good. It's supposed to be so much. Like, they should be in Mario Kart, damn it.
Yes, they should
be in Smash Brothers. They should be in Mario Party.
Where are we at? Antonioni says Fable couldn't hold Mario Sunshine's jockstrap. It's a weird comparison, Antonioni, but fine. Fair enough.
Fable 2 is fun.
Yeah.
Fable 3 shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Fable the Ride or whatever. Man, I wish I had a Kinect just to play Fable the Ride or the Journey, whatever the fuck it's called.
God, we should. Dan has a Kinect. Maybe we should see if we can have a Kinect stream or something.
Have them do. Like, how long do you think it takes to beat Fable the Journey?
Like,
how long?
98 minutes. It's like, I'm sure
you must be right.
It's going to be so short.
Long to beat.
It takes longer to sign the wall to say it's not on rails than to beat the game.
He's been quiet for a while, huh, Mr. Mono? Ever since the Curiosity lawsuit thing. This can't be right.
No, what is it?
This is the right one. Oh my god.
How long? Tell me it's not like
9 hours.
That's insane.
9 hours for Fable the Journey.
On Kinect. That's insane. What? Oh my god. Video games are just so fucking stupid.
That's around the length of a game we like to do for Blight Club, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes.
Too bad only one of us has a Kinect for anything.
I mean, listen, I continue to say that the From Software's own what's the fucking mech game for
Steel Battalion.
Yeah, Steel Battalion for Kinect. Like that one is 6 hours or something. Might be like 12 hours. I think it's 6 hours though. That would be perfect to make him play because he would suffer so bad through that.
Right, like Fable, like the Journey's Metacritic score is a 61. I bet it has aged much worse.
Yeah.
Oh, even in the reception. This is funny. Like, guess what outlet is named first in the reception thing on Wikipedia? Giant Bomb praised the game's characters' humor and emotional depth. Okay, I want to see who wrote this. God, please tell me it was Dan.
I think
Fable,
that's
the
just
Journey.
before Dan's time.
I don't think Dan would ever. Oh, it was Brad. I don't think Dan would ever praise a game for emotional depth.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in emotions.
I don't think Dan would go for that.
Yeah, he's like, it's not a real person. They can't have emotions.
How many people in the world have rolled credit? I'm sorry to continue this.
No, I mean that's
Fable, the
honestly with Blight
Journey.
Club. We've done that. It's like how many people have seen the credits of RoboCop or Bubsy 3D? It is
Right.
a very small number.
Yeah, how many people have beaten Fable the Journey? Just incredible.
Probably not very many.
Now, the more I think about it, Fable the Journey might be the funniest video game in the world.
Matt, I if you went to How Long to Beat for Steel Battalion on Connect and it says 16 hours, like I watched I didn't watch the whole thing, but I went to a Let's Play and someone beat it on YouTube in like 6 hours. I think it just depends. I think that might be a misreported thing. Because again, how many people actually beat it? It's a terrible experience. All right, last you did go to so you did go to How Long to Beat. Okay. El Grug says, when will Jeff begin his next Blight Club journey, and will it be after he's done beating it? And he better be in costume.
I got that. It's about your...
Yeah, it's about beating off. Yeah, totally. I would like to start this week. We're not going to be able to start this week. Dan is traveling. He's got an assignment. He's got things happening. So maybe next week, because I could just stream the gameplay. So even if things are still like kind of up in the air, we should be able to get that to happen. So next week.
Please be excited.
Oh man, I am not excited. I'm so scared.
What's
Because
your
you're so
guess right
proud of yourself. That's how I know I'm fucked.
Do you have a guess?
No, I have no idea. It's the Skittles game for GameCube.
Is there a Skittles game?
Yeah, what is
for
that?
GameCube?
Darkened Sky or something like that? Yeah, but I think that
Darkened
game's actually
Sky.
pretty good.
That sounds too good for you.
Yeah, I think it actually is too good. Yeah, I know. I don't. Oh man, Sean knows. Everyone knows but me.
I think just Sean and Dan know. I think.
Okay. Does
And
Jan
maybe my
know?
brothers. Jan does know. That's right. I told him.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he was amused.
That does it for the super chats so far. Thanks everybody for sending in the super chats tonight.
Yes.
back
Thank
to you, Mike.
everybody. Yeah, why don't we take another quick break here? I think the doggo's got to go out. Oh, we're gonna talk a little bit about Tears of the Kingdom. I beat it. Maybe see what else is happening. But yeah, we'll be back in a little bit.
All right, everyone watching live, stick with us. We'll let Mikey take out the pup. I'm gonna think about Kuroin a little bit more. That's
I think about that all the time.
yeah.
Every
Nintendo
day.
published. That's the GameCube one never came out in the United States, in North America, I don't think.
Well, there you have it.
But
That's the big game. That's the game that's gonna close the direct tomorrow.
I would love that.
We're porting it.
I love
It's
that.
happening.
I can't wait for you to play this game, Jeff.
Oh my god, I'm so
Oh
fucked.
my god.
So good.
I'm so this is gonna be terrible.
I was about to ask to DM, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I wanna be
there's a
surprised.
costume in my house. I gotta find that. I don't know what I did with that.
Person, you're gonna love the surprise. It's really good.
I don't know what I did with it.
Yes. Okay.
Wolf's still thinking about Nintendo having to hire real artists. Mike said
My
what he said.
brain is processing.
Is it that bad 3D Frogger platformer thing? No. Kerwin? Is that what you're asking about? No, that's the irritating stick. It's the move a
No,
rotating.
they probably meant is it the Blight Club game?
Oh, Blight Club. Oh, sure. No, probably not. I don't think so. Maybe.
Who knows?
God damn it, Sean. All right.
Feel
I
someone for
listen,
the
Charlie's
twist.
Angels, because I think they think it would be funny if I dressed up as Charlie's Angel. So that's like where I'm leaning right
I think
now.
it would be hot.
Well, yeah, I agree.
It
I mean,
would be
it
hot.
would be very hot. All right, worst GameCube games. All right, let's see here. The absolute worst games on the Nintendo GameCube.
Chef, where did you read the super chats on?
I was reading them on the YouTube Studio. Did I
Okay.
miss anything?
I think so. Did you read the Jiggy super chat?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Never mind.
The ones from Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Never mind. I
At
just...
least there was one, I think. Was there more than
Yeah,
that?
there was one.
Okay,
There was one.
Cool.
Yeah, no.
All right,
Okay.
let's see here. Man, this God, really, the GameCube is when that fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory came out.
Oh, you're looking up some possibilities.
Yeah, I'm looking up some possibilities.
I think you look really fetching.
That movie is like 20 years old.
Yeah,
And it's killing me.
exactly. I'm like trying to think about what would be the dumbest thing you can make me dress up as. So that's why I'm still leaning towards Charlie's Angels. Basically, a lot of Charlie games. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory would be
Just anything with Charlie in it.
anything. Yes. I don't think you guys would do any like a Sonic. No.
Sonic.
Spyro Enter the Dragonfly is one that people think is really bad, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Piano 3. That could be something that I would find that game very frustrating.
I want to play Piano 3.
This is like when you're googling your symptoms before you go to the doctor. The shit is like killing you.
Aquaman, Battle for Atlantis. Anything's possible. All right, Mike, start the show back up.
I'm back. Jeff, the lightning bugs are out.
I was very excited. Like we lived in Colorado for about 10 years, and there are not lightning bugs at 6,000 feet above sea level. So when we moved here last year, it was right when it was like lightning bug season. That was very exciting. And then they went away, as they do. And then they came back. I saw one driving home the other night, and now they're everywhere, and it's very exciting. The kids love them.
Do you call them lightning bugs? I know a lot of people call them
flip
fireflies.
Yeah, I flip back and forth. I do either one.
I grew up, I think they were mostly called lightning bugs.
I think lightning bugs
even here
is what
fireflies.
Yes, lightning bugs I think is what my family says.
All right, Jeff. We are in fact back here, and I did get to beat The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I heard that ending's kind of meh.
No, it's not. The ending rules.
Oh man, okay.
One of my big problems with my only problem with Breath of the Wild is that I thought the ending was a little bit of a wet fart. Not here. I'm not gonna spoil anything, everybody. Just that I liked it a lot. A big improvement there. Some really cool stuff happening that, it matters to me. Game having a strong ending that really impacts how I feel about that game going forward. And because of that, just rolling credits was this kind of emotional thing. Wow, I was on this incredible adventure and all of this stuff happened, and now it's at an end, and I can't believe it, and it's just amazing. And then I said this earlier, then it credits rolling. I'm just thinking about the Switch in general and how incredibly good this system is. And I always beat these longer games, and my final playtime was 75 hours or something. I always beat these games in the middle of the night. It was 4 a.m. when I roll credits, which just makes it better. I associate that time with beating big, meaningful games. So it's just, I don't know. I was just feeling so good about that whole thing, that whole game. Incredible. I can say that I do like it better than Breath of the Wild. All the Ultra Hand stuff is just so ridiculously fun. The world feels even more massive than before. I like some of these more elaborate quest chains, and I like these temples more than I liked the Divine Beast for sure. And again, I just like that there's a little bit, I'm it's definitely not Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword where it's beating you on the head with some of this story stuff and it gets obnoxious. There's just a little bit more of that. And again, much better ending. So yeah, I had a really, really good time. That is just, it's insane. It's insane that game is real.
Yep. I don't know. Every time I hear someone talk about beating this game, I just get so excited to get to it myself. And at the same time, I am just having so much fun continuing to poke and prod at the world at my own pace. I am at 80 hours, and I haven't even beat the 4th temple yet. So still just happy to slowly. And I'm I explained this on the Bombcast today, but I'm doing a lot of stuff where I am completing a lot of missions without realizing it, and then bumping into the person that I was supposed to talk to start the mission and be like, hey, I already did that thing. Great. Let's just give me the reward right now. And I love that. I think that's cool. And also I'm definitely solving a lot of stuff that I did start as missions, but I'm not making a priority to go track down who I talked to. I just am naturally bumping back into them again and be like, oh yeah, I did do that thing. Now let's wrap this up. And it's, I really enjoy playing it that way because I was playing without the HUD on. I did turn the HUD back on just recently because I'm decided, okay, it's time to actually push towards the end. But with playing without the HUD on, it was I'll just go towards what's interesting. And it was always so fun to see how I kind of almost always ended up back on track of doing something cool or doing something important to moving something forward. It was, it's just such a well-designed game. And it's such a cool game to spend time in. I probably am going to wrap it up at around 100 hours, I think, once I kind of get to that in that zone. But I'm right now I just want to upgrade all my armor. I'm gonna upgrade all my armor, then I'll go head into the fourth temple and take it from there.
That's kind of like like one thing where I was delaying myself a bit from progressing. Like I did the 4 temples, and then before I was doing kind of the end game stuff, I was like, okay, I do want to upgrade my armor quite a bit. And that's actually like a little bit hard, you would think, to get those later levels. You need some pretty specific stuff. And a lot of it will require you to beat some of those tough world bosses. So I was just kind of traveling around looking for world bosses. It's cool doing that because then I would come across more shines and things like that, and shrines. I'm still thinking
careful, don't say how many cat shines are in there.
I don't want to get more Nintendo jail time. But I would find more shrines, and I would discover all these other things. Even with the end game, it is kind of like a list of things you need to have had done, and like some of it, it's like leading you to, but other things, it's like, oh, I see you already have blank blank, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it has all these contingencies for what you may have already.
Did you see that thing where it's like the game tells you to look over to the horizon, but at certain points of the day the sun is setting there, and so the game's like, well, you can't see it right now because the sun is blinding us, but it's like it had a contingency for it, the sun setting in the frame. It's like, oh my god, the amount of attention to detail in this game is off the goddamn charts.
It's ridiculous. And like, again, aside from like, frame rate dropping sometimes, I can't believe how technically perfect this is.
Mm-hmm.
Like 75 hours of an open world game with these ridiculous systems. I don't know if I encountered anything that I would call a bug. And I know they must exist. I know, like, I even heard about some of them. Like, I never had an instance like, oh no, something broke, or oh, my game crashed, or oh, it's, like everything just kind of worked, or like an object like filling the air or spinning indefinitely because the physics broke for a second. None of that. And again, on this ancient hardware, it's insane.
Yep. And it's just like there's so many interactive pieces, like all these things of the machinery, the Zonai devices, you put them together and you just expect, like, eventually I'm going to do something that no one else has done before in the history of the world, because that's just how complicated this game can be. And it's like, so no one could have actually tested this specific scenario. So really they just they shored it up in such a way. It's like, no matter what, we're going to have contingencies in the code for every single possible thing these people could do. And everything's sort of just like, when things break, they just bounce apart. And it's like, no, that thing, it's just your Zonai device just actually broke, start over. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, the way that they have built this game is intimidating is kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, intimidating for other people to make games, at least.
Exactly.
For me, it's joyful.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, my question now is, and you kind of need time, because Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game, and I'm like, do I like this more than Wind Waker? And like right now, I could say it's almost certainly a more impressive and probably better game. Wind Waker just kind of like means something else for me.
Yeah, it's got that, the vibes that you're super into.
It's got the vibes, and it's associated with like a specific time in my life, and like when I came out, I really, really, really liked it. So I don't know. Maybe I will say I liked it more than Wind Waker when it's all said and done, but it almost certainly has to, like, I would be embarrassed to say it's like not at least number 2, right?
Yes.
Like, how could I even pretend?
Right.
It's just ridiculous how good the game is.
It's so much better than so many other games ever in so many ways. Yeah. I mean, you hear like Jan on the Bombcast, he's like, I think it's my favorite game ever. Like, man, already.
It's
Jesus.
so good.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And Jan wasn't even much of a Breath of the Wild guy, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, like, part of me is like, oh, maybe I'll go back to it. But the truth is, like, I don't need to complete it. That's not my thing. I don't need to do all the shrines.
There's so much stuff in there.
And hey, look, 15 years from now, they're going to probably remaster this game or something. I'll play through it again then. I can do some of the stuff I missed, which isn't even really that much. I completed a lot of, like, the big questions.
We'll be playing Tears of the Kingdom again sometime within the next couple of months for a Hyrule hustle. So
we're gonna that's even a longer like intro we might have to get through to set that up, but that's okay. We'll do it. Maybe we can figure out a way where you're probably gonna start a new save file. Although last time I like deleted my Breath of the Wild save file, and then I was like, I didn't get my horsies carry over. Granted, I probably rode a horse like 3 times in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually, I don't care. I'm not doing. I forgot about the whistle button. I remember that just now, actually.
Yeah. Apparently, you could whistle and it will call your ghost companions over to you or something like that in combat. I'm like, okay, cool. I tried that a couple times. It seemed to work.
I'm also surprised, like, how much stuff was happening in the end that I actually didn't know about, stuff that I almost would have assumed would be spoiled for me. So good job, everybody. We did it. But yeah, like, I was in the middle of like playing all the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. So I think I will like go back to that. I'll start up Final Fantasy 3, maybe check out some of these NSO games that have been popping up here and there, and be ready for Pikmin when that happens. But yeah, gosh, I liked Tears of the Kingdom a lot, and it is just crazy trying to imagine what's next. What's up?
I was gonna say, what's next in terms of not like what's next for Zelda. You're right, like that is crazy to think about, and really, I don't even know where we begin to think about that. I do think they tried to go even bigger, and I think they pull it off. But what's next for you in terms of a lot of games are out? Is it Final Fantasy 16? Like you haven't even played the demo, right?
What? Yeah, I haven't actually played the demo. No. So I'm going to like finally really dive in. Really dive into that now. That's really coming out soon. But like, I'm still playing Street Fighter 6, still playing Diablo 4, and those are still also very good. And it's kind of nice with Diablo 4. Like I am sort of taking my time with that. There's no big rush. And Street Fighter 6 is like a game where I'm playing the ladder. I'm at a rank I'm pretty happy with now. I'm at Platinum 1. And, at that point, it's a lot harder to rank up. You don't get win streak bonuses. Like now you're in like an actual big boy league. So I don't know how much more I'll be able to rank up, but it's fun. Just go in there, play a few matches. I did buy the first battle pass for that too. So I want to at least fill that battle pass out, but which I'm happy to do because I'm enjoying the game anyways.
Cool. Yeah. I have not had any time for Street Fighter really. And not even really any time for Diablo, but I did play some Final Fantasy 16. That's been fun. In terms of other Nintendo games I've been playing, it's I'm going to be playing Tears of the Kingdom, and then I probably will jump right into Pikmin 4, and that'll be my next game on Switch. But yeah, that's it for me over here.
Well, do we get any more super chats, Jeff? Before we
yes, we did. Achievement says testing. If this works, shout outs to Turbo Sean. Achievement's been having trouble with his super chats for weeks, and he's been mentioning it to me, and I mentioned this to Sean and Christian last episode, and we looked into it and we couldn't figure it out, but apparently Sean got it fixed up, so that's fantastic.
Good job, Sean.
If anyone has had issues with the super chats on YouTube, let us know. We'll see if we can fix it. So
don't worry, we'll make sure you can send us your money. We'll get on that.
That's a top priority. We'll have top men working on it.
Shooting right to the top of the list.
That does it for the super chats, though.
That does it for that. Oh, I am tired still, Jeff. I have this work project that should be mostly done on my end by tomorrow, and then maybe I can finally start thinking about relaxing, finding some time off, being able to chill out, maybe enjoy some of this summer weather. It's getting warm again.
Yes, it's warm. We're past Summer Game Fest. Obviously, we have the Direct. Games came out hot and heavy. They do slow down in July, right? Like it slows down a little bit.
I mean, it has to slow down compared to June.
Right.
Like anything would be a slowdown. I'm sure there are July games I'm thinking about. When is Pikmin 3? That's August, right?
That sounds right. Yes. So Pikmin
July
4 is August.
2023 video games.
I could check the gamer browser, Mike.
Yeah, I don't trust your video game browser.
Jagged Alliance 3, which I'm excited
we can't
about.
miss that.
I'm a big Jagged Alliance. Not a big guy, but I like it fine. The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie.
Into Reverie. This is the one after. Wait, Trails into Reverie.
Man, those look like some straight up waifus.
Yeah, what the hell is Trails into Reverie? Oh, is this like the actual next one after Trails from Cold Steel? Is this coming out? Oh,
I didn't know that I thought these were all like 2D games.
No, they were, but there's Trails from Cold Steel was 3D.
Okay.
Proper. So Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure are 2D, but those games were made before Cold Steel, and we just didn't get them until recently.
Okay. All right.
Pikmin 4 is July 21st. Okay, fuck me then.
All right.
Oh God, pick Disney Illusion Island, July 28th.
July 28th or July 27th if you ask John Drake.
That's going to be at this. It's because that's a Switch exclusive. Actually, they're going to show. Some
Oh yeah, totally. That will definitely be there. Yes, good point. Viewfinder. Cool, Viewfinder is one of the ones I'm very excited about. That's July 18th.
That at Summer Game Fest. That's the one where you get like the pictures and you can kind of walk into them.
Yes, I just played that on the Steam Next Fest, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, you were playing that Christmas Carol Metroidvania demo
Ebenezer.
On your stream. Oh, I'm excited.
I think that's really going to hit the spot for us, Mike. I'm like very
as a Christmas game.
Yeah,
let's go.
Immortals of Avium got delayed, right? I think they got a month delay, so that was coming out in July. Now, not anymore. The Monkey Island stuff for Sea of Thieves is July 20th. So
Man, there's still, I mean, because Remnant 2, this GameRant.com says Remnant 2 is July 25th, and you really liked that.
I
right?
really did. Man, that is so soon. I didn't realize like it was that fast. So July 25th for Remnant 2. That's probably one of the biggest things in July, other than Pikmin 4 and Disney Illusion Island. Okay, so yeah, those are a lot of those are like you're gonna pick one of those games. It's not like this month where it's like, oh my god, you got to play all this stuff. So it'll slow down.
Yeah, but then like August, you get like Armored Core 6, which does feel like it's gonna be, and everyone's gonna play this game.
and also feels like that's just gonna go right into the holidays. So
yeah, well then September Starfield.
Yep.
Work on that line.
All right. So it's like in terms of things slowing down, it's not really going to happen. But I do want to be like enjoying. We got like several long weekends, like kind of not back to back, but we had Memorial Day, and that we just had Juneteenth, and that was nice. And we got July 4th coming up, like in a couple of weeks.
July 4th.
Yeah. So it's like, man, I like these like summer long weekends.
Yeah. What day of the week is July 4th? Oh, it's on a Tuesday this year. Very nice.
Yeah, man, I might just make it a 4-day weekend then. That would be fun.
Mike, you skipped like 10 Nintendo Direct predictions. Did I? Let me look.
We can hit them.
Yeah. How did I
Starting
skip
where?
these?
I don't know.
Apparently,
You're
like,
a
in
bad
this thread?
person.
I guess so. I don't know how I would have predicted them. I would have missed that many of them.
Oh
my gosh. I like skipped a lot at the beginning, I think, somehow.
Oh no. Okay.
Wait. That I never said it. Yeah, look at this. But because Professor, good thing we didn't start playing the music or anything. Because Professor Ticklebit said, new Star Fox, it's a 4X game now. We're just going right back into that segment from an hour
Let's
ago,
go!
everybody. Actually, a 4X Star Fox game would be good. They announced that Star Trek 4X game. I hope that's cool.
That is something that should just work, right? I mean, listen, 4X and Star Trek actually
Sure.
doesn't.
Is that just what Jagged Alliance is? Actually, I made fun of Jagged Alliance. I don't really know
Jagged
what that
Alliance is more tactics than 4X.
Yeah. I think that's right, actually. E. Zipsa says, Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout full remake by 2D Mario Team. That is one of my favorite old angry video game nerd things. Was Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. How about Bugs Bunny's Birthday Beating? I still reference birthday beatings to people to this day. It's a big hit.
Cool.
Thank you. I actually had that game as a kid and liked it completely fine, by the way.
I don't think I ever even rented that one. I don't think I ever even saw it.
It's like one of the carts that was like always at my grandma's house for some reason, even though she only had like an NES to entertain grandchildren. There were like games like Bubble Bobble and Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout that only existed there. So we would just play them whenever we went
that
there.
sounds like that kind of game. I know what you mean.
Yes. We played a lot of Bubble Bobble though. Freaking love Bubble Bobble. Next one from Courageous Big Basketball says F-Zero GX remake. It's finally Captain Falcon's time to shine. I mean, you referenced this. Are you really expecting the F-Zero GX remake?
As much as I'm expecting anything that we said to come true, sure.
All right. I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, that game really does just need to be remade. Like, that's basically all you need to do to make a fantastic F-Zero game on Switch.
F-Zero GX
remake
HD.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so good.
It's so simple, yes.
And let's see now. From Corley Poo says Zelda DLC announced with a name and coming 2024. Seems likely. Ed says Animal Crossing spinoff, maybe a new party game. Atlas will also somehow piss people off again. Again, it's like none of these Animal Crossing spinoff games has really worked before. I don't know what you do to suddenly make it work. Do you have any insight or anything you'd like to say about that, Jeff?
No, I'm just kind of letting you get through it. But I mean, yeah, what you just said
these
is
people
very.
deserve to be given our time and attention just as much as the people I
mean, listen, you forgot about him. I didn't do shit.
Yeah. One Up versus CPU says Castlevania time. Is it Castlevania time, Jeff?
It's always Castlevania time in this house.
See,
on the last Nintendogs, it's always Castlevania time.
It's not Jeff's fault. I was winding him down, and now I gotta wind him back.
Yeah, you gotta wind me back up. This is what you've done.
Barf Spackle, that's a name. Says Golden Sun Big Boy remakes. It's fun to dream. Man, those games got remakes. They would not be Big Boy remakes, I don't think.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think they're getting remakes, but hey. Jeremy Biff says, I think Nier Replicant, Silent Hill spinoff, Metal Gear Collection is confirmed for Switch. A new Monolith IP, hopefully a Souls-like, because all Souls-like are pretty drapes. I don't know what pretty drapes mean. I assume that's some kind of Zoomer thing. What Metal Gear Collection, I hope that does get announced for Switch. I would like to play Metal Gear Solid 1 on my Switch. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, that should happen. I mean, there's no reason that shouldn't happen other than Konami is a fucking weird company.
God, I would love, because like Metal Gear Solid 1 would be a fun game to kind of like, if not speedrun, you get ranks in that game. It'd be fun to try to get the best rank and get like the pacifist run and all that stuff. God, this game's good. Wario 64 says Final Fantasy 16 cloud version. We got to be done with that shit, right? How many copies of the Kingdom Hearts 3 cloud version could they possibly have sold for Switch?
Probably not many. And frankly, I hope not many. I think we probably are done with that. Probably.
I remember the Final Fantasy 15. The Final Fantasy 15 is on Switch. They have that weird pocket edition, and I never really understood what that was because they're always like, "It's the full game." I'm like, could that possibly be true? What happened to the stream there?
Nothing.
For a second. Okay, because I felt like I was going crazy because I thought I saw something else show up. Remember, what is Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition? Is that actually just all Final Fantasy 15 with worse graphics? What is that?
It's nothing. It's the Dark Beast Ganon. I'm a big fan of the way he looks, and I just figured he could take over our stream now. Yeah, listen, I think it's just the full game with like worse graphics, right?
Wait, is this actually Wario 64?
In our chat?
Oh, I mean, I said this came from Wario 64.
I mean, Wario 64 is in our. Yeah, he listens sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, this is him? Oh.
I mean, it might be. People can put whatever name they fucking want. Sean said yes, I checked. Okay, yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Wario. You know what's funny? When I was at the Ubisoft thing, right? I was on my little like Surface like writing, and I actually opened up Wario's Twitter stream because he takes screen caps.
Yes.
So sometimes just use those for my featured image.
Of course.
But somebody like saw me on the Twitter feed behind me, and they like tapped me and were like, "Excuse me, are you Wario 64?"
And you said yes, right?
No, I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just stealing his pictures.
Of course, right. Stealing his work.
Bud Sack says Pilot Wing Switch. I know you said you wanted that.
That'd be great.
Then I think we're back. I don't know how I skipped all of those. Thank you.
Yeah, how'd that even happen?
I don't know. I must just accidentally scroll down and didn't notice it. Weird. But there we go. We got them all.
All right, one more time.
All right. Now we can. I think we actually are. I don't think we got any more super chats during my mistake. Yep. Achievements is still the last. Ah, it's gone. Is it a little like? Maybe it's a spoiler. I'll wait. Okay.
Yeah, I'm proud of you holding on to yourself because I would not have. I would have just said it.
I know you would not have. Yeah, absolutely not. 1,000,000% not. I remember you spoiled the one most important thing in the Rise of Resistance ride, and then after that said, "I don't want to spoil anything."
What did I say?
You talked about the drop.
Oh, it's the drop. Okay, the drop is the most important thing. Okay, I didn't know.
That's the surprising thing.
Oh yeah, I guess so. You know, you're right though. You're on the ride, and you go up. You got to come down. Like it's what
you
it is.
up. Probably got to come down.
Yep, fair enough.
All right. Play the music. Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
thank you so much for listening, everybody, to Last of the Nintendogs. So tomorrow, this happening, I'm going to try to join the Giant Bomb folks for the.
Yeah, if you can hang out, that'd be great. We'd love to have you.
Oh, that'd be fun. I think I'm really excited for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna watch. I'll work, but I'll be able to do both. I can multitask. It's gonna be great. And
yeah, watch us 10 a.m. on Giant Bomb, everybody.
Yeah, if you want to hear what we think about it, we will talk about that on our Game S Decides. It's just going to line up better timing-wise there. So we'll be some extra Nintendo content this week via Game S Decides Thursday at 9. Yeah, fun.
Yeah, and if you listen to this episode, you want to like keep track of all the bullshit we said and everything we got wrong, you can bring it up next week. That could be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited though. Let's go.
This is. I mean, I really. Part of me was like, didn't think we wouldn't get this, and it seems like we are. So this is good. We're getting it. Bye, everybody.
Salute me, familia. Oh, that was a good pop noise.
Enjoy your gaming.
Enjoy your gaming.
Enjoy your gaming.
Enjoy your gaming.
Thank you, Clive. I will enjoy my gaming.
I love how much you guys like. I want to play Final Fantasy 16 now because Ben stars.
Because a man was nice to me.
Yeah, let's go. And then the coolest motherfucker ever.
Please be nice to me, and I'll play your video game.
Enjoy your gaming. Enjoy your gaming.